Blog. Thanks for joining me today. Today I want to show you how to take a drink mix container and convert it into a really fabulous, reusable, waterproof even, at least the inside, gift box. It's a really great project, easy to do, and I'm going to show you how right now. First, what you want to do is get a drink mix container, take off the outer piece. And when you do, you want to just take it and measure it against some of your grid paper. If you don't have grid paper, I definitely recommend it. What I can see is that this measures just over 6 inches by just shy of 8. So I decided to use that as a guide for my measurements, and I've already pre-cut my cardstock. I cut it to 6 inches by about 8.5. I wanted it to be a tiny bit shorter than the box, but also a little bit wider in terms of the circumference. I've already gone ahead and stamped it, and I've also pre-applied my sticky strip. I'm just going to remove the sticky strip backing, and again, you want a nice long piece of sticky strip. And then I'm going to get started. I'm going to take my cardstock, line it up carefully on the sticky strip, making sure I'll be straight. And then you just want to wrap your cardstock, or you could use designer series paper, around the container. You will need some sticky strip on the other side, and you can see the container just flipped over there, which is not a problem at all. And just peel off your other sticky strip. Again, just make sure you're working with this nice and tight. You pull to the container and seal it into place. And again, use a full solid line of sticky strip. So you have the basics done. You could even use it as it is, but I wanted to dress it up a little bit. And so I have another piece of sticky strip here. It has a piece on the outside. That's what I'm going to use to adhere some ribbon. And then I've already pre-applied the sticky strip here. And I just want to take this and get started, keeping it somewhat lined up on the other side because the lines don't match up identically. Oops, and I realize I need to turn this around here. Actually, I put my sticky strip in the spot where I didn't want it, but that's okay. We'll still have the ribbon over top of it. I probably wanted it to be on the back, so I shouldn't have pre-applied that piece. But again, that's okay. We can definitely make it work. And then just close up your band, sealing together the sticky strip. And so now you have this sort of belly band, if you will, around here. I am then going to take some ribbon and I'm going to apply it. And if I can, I may just peel off the sticky strip and move it to the back to hold my ribbon in place. Actually, I think that's not going to quite work, but I do still want it tied to the front. So instead of having the ribbon on the back side or held in place there, it'll just get held in place on the front. And I think what I'll do is I'll even put the bow or the knot over to the side a little bit. And again, that way I can take good advantage of the sticky strip that I had already put on. Guess I hadn't thought that far when I was doing all my prep work for the video. But again, that's okay. We can always make something work, even out of something that, again, was maybe a bit of a mistake. Again, we can always change it up. So just tie a couple of knots. Again, I like to do knots rather than bows. I just think they're easier, at least for me. So that's why I do it. I definitely have some extra ribbon here, which we'll trim down later. And I am going to use my decorative label punch to make the label on the container. So I'm just going to open that up. I already did my stamping. You can see I used some markers to apply different colors today. Take your decorative label punch, center the image as best you can, punch it out. And in this case, I need to put a little hole in it. So I am going to punch the hole. And I've got some baker's twine pre-cut already. Put that through. The pressure of having to thread this before an audience. And when I put the baker's twine through, I do like to do a little knot before I actually tie it onto the project. So I'm just going to do that. And now I will take my baker's twine and tie it around the knot area. As long as you haven't tied your knots too tight, you shouldn't have trouble threading through the baker's twine. I'm just going to do this, tie it on into place. happened to grab my craft and rubber scissors today, so I'll use those to do a little bit of trimming on my baker's twine and my ribbon. I actually cut my ribbon pretty long today. I probably could have tied though if I wanted to. And so here we have a great little gift container. Again, nice and reusable. Here's the other one. You can see similar and coordinating color schemes on these. Really easy to use. I did use one of our single stamps that's currently available through Stampin' Up. What a fabulous time for this to come out just before the holidays. Or the 4 frames images would have worked beautifully as well. But again, because I'm going to use these for holiday gifts, I opted to go with the pine boughs from that set. So thanks so much for tuning in today. Be sure to check my blog for stamping tips and inspiration. And look what you can do with a leftover drink container. Instead of recycling it, go ahead and repurpose it to make a great gift holder. Visit me at stampgoodness.com. Have a wonderful day.